I get this call from my sister, and mind you, I'm out of state. She's totally frantic. She is very obviously upset about something. I said, "What's wrong? What's going on?" She says, "I need a place to stay." I said, "What do you mean you need a place to stay? Didn't you just move into a new place?" She said, "Yeah, but I got to get out of here." I said, "What happened?" She said, "Well, I moved in on Sunday, and I had finished moving in and just laid down in the bed to watch TV and just relax. I was exhausted. When about 10 minutes or 15 minutes went by, I hear these helicopters and a bullhorn very loud saying, "Come out, the place is surrounded, come out with your hands up." And so I didn't know what was going on. She says, "I thought that the landlord, the guy she'd moved into his house, she says, I thought he was watching an episode of Cops really loud." I thought, "Oh my God, there's already there's problems. This guy's hard of hearing or something." And when there was a knock at my door, she says, and it was the gentleman, her landlord, saying, they want us to come out of the house. This was real. There were helicopters surrounding the place. So you'll see the episode. I'm gonna show you clips from what happened here, and it was unbelievable. So I came back the next day. I drove back and went and picked her up. We were discussing what happened, and I asked her, I said, "Did you get your money back that you had only been there a few hours? How much money did you give this guy?" And she said she had given him $500. I said, "Well, did you get it back?" She said, "No, I was scared to." I said, "Well, you should get your money back." And she says, "I don't know how to do that." I said, "Well, I don't know, call Judge Judy. Just get your money back. That's $500, and she's not a rich lady, so she needed to get her money back, And so she went to bed. 2 days later, she comes out of her room, all excited and telling me that the producers at Judge Judy's show just called, and they want us to appear. They loved my story, and they think it would make a great episode. They want us to appear in 2 weeks. I said, 2 weeks? I'd add her. She was very, very nice.
Miss Miller, you rented a room from Mr. Smith in his house?
Yes, Your Honor,
Is that right?
I did.
According to your complaints, shortly after you moved in, there was a police siege in his house, and Mr. Smith was arrested.
Correct.
You moved out? Wise. Very wise. You want your $500 back?
Correct.
Okay. When did you move in?
I moved in the 10th of December.
Okay. Where had you been living?
In Granada Hills at a different house.
Why did you move out of your last house?
I needed to get another place to live because I was assaulted on Thanksgiving, and that's another case pending, and I was afraid that the assailants would find me where I was. So I needed to find someplace else to go very quickly. So I looked in the penny saver, and I found Mr. Grover's house. And
Were you assaulted during a robbery attempt, or?
No, it was during Thanksgiving at one of my friend's houses, and
Okay.
it's a story, it's another case.
Okay. So you found the room through the penny saver?
Right.
And?
And then I moved in on the 10th of December. And
Gave him $500.
I gave him
So far
$500.
correct, Mr. Smith?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Keep going.
And then I moved in about 4:30 on that afternoon on Sunday, and at 8 p.m., 8:30 that night, there was police outside, and they came on the loudspeaker, and they said, "Everybody out of the house, come out with your hands up."
That was the day you moved in?
The day I moved in, like 4 hours later. And Grover comes and knocks on my door and says, "Cindy, we have to go outside because the police want us to go outside." And I said, "Oh my gosh." So I had no shoes on, no coat, but we went to the front door, and Grover looks at me and he says, "Now, if they asked you, tell them I didn't change my clothes and I never left the house."
He said that to you?
He said that to me.
Why would you ask her to say that, sir?
I don't recall saying that to her.
That would be an odd thing for her to make up.
Yeah.
What were they looking for you for, Mr. Smith?
I was accused of robbing my ex-girlfriend.
On that day?
On the same day that she moved in, yeah.
Were you home that day?
Yes, I was home.
Did you ever go out that day?
Just one time to the backyard. That's about it for a little while.
How
Do
long?
some yard work.
How long?
Maybe 15, 20 minutes.
Other than that, you were home all day?
Yes.
Was he home all day?
No.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Want justice? Go to judgejudy.com or call 1-888-800-JUDY.
So, You were all made to come out of the house. You weren't totally dressed when you came out of the house. When did you move out?
I didn't move out for a week because I didn't have a place to go just yet. I called my brother that night after the police let us back in the house, after a big ordeal with the police handcuffed me. I had to raise
They
my...
handcuffed you?
Yes, I had to go out. I had to go out of the house with my hands raised, with the guns pointed at me. And he was yelling at the police saying, you know, sir, don't make me come out of the house because I've been shot before by the police. And I was like, oh my gosh. So then they handcuffed me and they patted me down and made sure I didn't have any weapons, and they made us stay outside for like an hour.
When did you ask him for the $500 back?
A few days later.
And what did he say?
No.
I don't recall ever hearing from this woman that, you know, that I owed her any money at all.
Well, what did you think she sent you a summons for, sir? She was inviting you to take line dance lessons?
Not today is the first time that I've heard from this woman.
But you got a summons from her? You came to court? You must have known that she wanted her money back. Why didn't you just give her the $500 back?
I didn't know she wanted any money back until today.
Until today? What did you think she wanted? She wanted to date you?
I thought she was still living in my house. She still lives with me. To my knowledge, she still lives there.
What do you mean?
She could have fooled me. I've been gone an awful long time.
She's lucky that I'm not countersuing her.
Just a minute. Are you telling me she still lives in your house?
Yes. I've gotten no 30-day notice, let alone no 3-day notice.
I don't care whether you got a 30-day notice, a 3-day notice, or a partridge in a pear tree, sir. Did she live in your house?
Yeah, she lived in my house.
As of when was she sleeping in your house?
As of December 10th.
Oh, get out of here, idiot. Oh, listen, if I could fine you for stupid, I would fine you for stupid. Right now, all you owe is $500. Judgment for the plaintiff.
It was
the
a
amount of
false arrest.
$500. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
I believe they were looking for drugs
Yeah, I smoke marijuana.
because there were drugs in the house.
Legally, it's my